We'll start off with the Western Islands Adventist Student Ministry. Thank you. We'll have the President.
Welcome everyone, and good morning to everyone. And welcome again to Western Islands Adventist Student Association Presidential Report. Before I continue, I must first introduce myself. My name is Loren. My surname is Hunt. I am the second year Theology student here in Sonoma Adventist College, and I'm the current president of Western Islands Adventist Student Association. I'll be presenting the Western Islands Adventist Student Association, or in simple, initial we call it as WASA. And basically, I'll present the report in brief summary. There's some few outlines. Number one, introduction. And number two, highlights and the projects that we have been done, and the acknowledgement. And that will be the end of the presentation. Now, Western Islands Adventist Students has been existed for 25 years. Normally, we held our conventions as annual, but just 3 years ago, our seniors and the professionals, they have decided that the convention will be going for biannual. And the last years, 2019, were the executive changes of executives. That was the third biannual convention. Mainly my highlights will be given according to the convention perspective reports and what we have been done within 2 years. WASA is by looking at WASA is a student ministry that existed under Seventh-day Adventist or SDA Church, and is one of the provincial associations under the Papua New Guinea Adventist Tertiary Student Association, and served the purpose of spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ to reach the unreached area in Western Islands province. The biannual convention was held in, I beg the pardon, I'll repeat again. We held Western Islands Association is comprises of 4 main districts, which is the 4th district of Western Islands province, and the other sub-affiliated institution from all over the country. This is the basic introduction of Western Islands, and the main focus and the purpose of establishing a student ministry in Western Islands province is to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ in the province. What we have done, some highlights. I will basically run through the outdoor programs that we have been conducted over the past 2 years. Outreach programs such as helping needy, 230. Hospital visitation was total of 43. And prison visitation was 13 within 2 years. 13 times we have been visiting the prison in Western Islands province. And in-reach programs, I'll be not presenting the in-reach programs. Convention highlights. The last year convention was held in the remotest part of Western Islands province, which is border in Medang and Day Council. You will walk for 8 hours, and you have to get up in the morning around 4 o'clock, and then you have to walk. And to mind me, our professionals, our committed Western Islands professionals, plus the good students from all other tertiary institutions, and our primary students, they are very committed in working for the Lord. And they have worked in whatever the mission and the purpose of serving a student ministry in the province, they are faithfully serving. There are many more to tell, but due to time, I will speak of some few projects that WASA is still focusing on and have done in 2 years. Normally, WASA, Western Islands Adventist Student Association, if you want to hold a convention, before we go to a location, we normally look at the convention site. And when there is a need, and that's the time for WASA to come in and do some project. And we build churches. This is our major project. It costs out roughly 30 to 25,000, but with God's grace, student ministry have done it. And last year, within 2 years, WASA built a church in Kurunga, which is border of Meding and Western Islands Province. You will walk for eight hours, and we built a church there. And the church is still incomplete, and the WASA team for this year, they are working on it. And to the PNGATSA executives, you can see that the financial report will not be attached to the report that we have presented due to the pending project that we are right now doing it. And so I hope end of this year, we'll be presenting the financial report for 2018 and 19. And the next 2020 and 21, expect the report from the next PNGATSA convention. And this is the major project what WASA does. WASA, it comprises of four. When we have the convention, you're going to expect students, about 600 to 700 students attending the convention, the registered student. And the professional, you will expect about 20 to 30 professionals. They normally attend the conventions. And it lasts for 25 years, and now we're looking forward for our 4th biannual convention. Before I go down, I need to make some acknowledgement. WASA has held, 2 years, WASA held 2 major fundraising, a dinner in Morobay Province and Port Moresby. And I hope some of the students from other provinces, you are here in the convention, you have involved in whatever ways you have involved and helped the WASA student to successfully held the fundraising dinner. On behalf of the WASA, I salute you. God will bless you in whatever you are going. As well as our professionals, if they are watching on view, they are viewing right now. We have other professionals from other sub-institutions and provincial ASAs, like EASA, SASA, and all this, they normally support the WASA. Because if you want to start a project, normally our main income comes from the fundraising dinner we conducted from different hotels and lodges and all this. And these are the major fundraising we did, and the support that they came. On behalf of the WASA, I acknowledge and make known to what you have done. Our living God will reward in whatever you are doing. I think that's all. Some brief updates for WASA. WASA will be having a next year biannual, the 4th annual convention. And the theme for next year convention is return, rebuild, restore the call of the remnant. Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 18 and 18. This is the key text we will be looking forward. Thank you very much for listening. This is the brief and a short presentation for Western Islands Adventist Student Association. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we will have the President of UPNG Adventist Tertiary Student Ministry, Mr. Ben Kelly.
Yes. Good day, everyone. How are we? Okay, I'll just give a brief one, very precise one. Firstly, my name is Ben Senem Kelly. I'm doing my third year studying law in University of Papua New Guinea. I will just give the structure and axis, and basically I'll be basing on three important areas. Number one, the establishment of PNGATSA, how it exists and how it is progressing in the campus. And so after doing so, the spiritual activities and the spiritual program, I think it's more appropriate to let my spiritual leader come up and give all those updates. So Clyde Koko, the outgoing spiritual leader, will come up and give the spiritual programs report. But basically, as you can see on the slide, I'll be putting the report up on the slide so we can have a see. Okay, welcome everyone into UPNGATSA 2019 and 2020 report. UPNG Adventist student is, for me, I say it's a unique student ministry in other sister student associations that are existing under the umbrella name of UPNG, PNG Adventist Student Association. Because why? We exist as a, let me say, mother association. We played a similar role as our PNGATSA plays. So under us, there are other sub-associations that are affiliated to us, and we are looking after many associations in NCD. So we have many associations, and also we are part of UPNG Adventist Church. That is one of the things that make UPNGATSA more unique than the other student ministries. Okay, let me give you guys the very purpose, the primary purpose of this ministry. Unlike other ministries, we don't go out doing big projects and other things that may involve students that will take students out of the campus. We basically focus on campus. So our programs are campus-centered. And basically, this is the report outline of the report outline, and these are our priority areas. You can see down there, primary focus. Our primary focus is to nurture students, mold students, save students, and baptize them. Very importantly, to baptize them. Our primary focus derives from the book of Matthew chapter 28, verse 19, where it says, go ye therefore, teach all the nations, and baptize them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. That is basically the scripture that our primary purpose derives from. So you can see our mission field. Our mission field is the UPNG main campus. We don't have any other mission fields. We are placed in the campus to minister and witness to the students on campus. So we don't divide our attention, we don't divide our interest and focus. We basically focus on the students on the campus. So our motto, we derive our motto from the church. As we are subject to the church, we get the motto from the church, and the church motto goes like this: we leave no church member behind, but as for us students, we say we leave no student behind. We leave no student behind. So in that, we mainly focus on students on campus, like I said. That's I think, the brief background information of the UPNGATSA you can know. These are the associations that are affiliated to us. PNGATSA is just an umbrella name. So I think the TASA people to come under PNGATSA. We are main campus students now presenting the report. Taroma Adventist students to come under this UPNG name. So we have NCD Eastern Islands Adventist students affiliated to us, NCD Southern Islands students affiliated to us. We have Eastern Islands NCD Enga Student Association affiliated to us. We have NCD Jiwaka Student Association, Adventist Student Association affiliated to us. UPNG CPIC and Momasa student, they are also affiliated to us, and UPNG Island Adventist students, they are part of us. So in total, you can see there are 8 total number of sub-associations that are affiliated to us. So we exist as an umbrella mother association. UPNG is just an umbrella name. Our main source of funding, we get the funding from 3 main sources. Number 1 is the church budget. We come under church, and we are part of the personal ministry department for UPNG Church. That's we are recognized in the church budget. So we have our funding from the church. That's number 1. Number 2, through our fundraisings. Through our fundraising, student fundraising. Number 3, through willing contributions from our professionals and church parents. So not in a regular basis, but at times they help us willingly. So those are our main sources of funding in order for our association or ministry to exist. Okay, this is one of the very important things that I forgot. UPNGATSA, in school we exist as an association in school by way of affiliating to SARO of the University of Papua New Guinea. But in church we exist as a ministry. We exist as a ministry. So these are our 3 sources of funding. And last, the spiritual updates, spiritual activities. Basically, spiritual activity, there are 2 approaches we take. In-reach approach and outreach approach. So number 1 is in-reach approach, the other one is outreach approach. Outreach, not so much. Like I said, we basically focus on the students on campus. That is our mission field. That is where we were placed on. Book of Acts says that before commencing the gospel commission, gospel ministry, we were given the task to start from where we belong, where we are placed. So UPNG main campus is where we are placed, and we will serve on campus. That's basically that. I think it's more appropriate my spiritual leader comes up and do the spiritual program report for UPNGATSA.
Thank you. Since we are subject under the UPNG Seventh-day Adventist Church, all our spiritual activities and programs are as well subject under the church. And before we roll out our spiritual programs, we always submit our spiritual programs before the church leaders. And after evaluation and after recommendation from the church, we go ahead to execute all the spiritual programs that we have. We initially plan to roll out every year. And as my president has said, this is the 2 approach that we normally take. Before I go through the outcomes of the programs that we roll out, I would like to give the background and the approaches, the 2 approaches, how we go about to execute those, the spiritual activities. Okay, the priority areas that we categorize all our spiritual activities and we roll out are 3 areas of priorities. The first one, active and engaged in church membership. The second, priority areas, Christ-centered discipleship. The third priority area is attract interest and soul winning. Okay, how we go about to execute the first priority areas, the active engaging of church members? Basically, if you see closely, you will realize that it concerns those students who have been baptized. And many a times, if you look closely, we after we live in our homes and we come to attend the schools, we at home we behave differently, and in the campus we behave differently. And so the first priority we gave to how we engage those baptized members in the campus. As our motto says, as much as possible, the leaders who are in place must make sure that no student is left behind in the ministry. And also we do have some the sub-ministries who are affiliate under the PNGATSA. And so we ensure that those sub-ministry as well must take active part in whatever programs that we roll out. Okay, how the key performance areas as to how we will evaluate and analyze our progress is, as much as possible, we try to keep the worship simple and participatory, but ensuring that worship is in order and displays reverence. And the other one is that we help boost and promote academic excellence as well as enhancing one's faith. That's basically under this, the priority area number 1. And the priority area number 2 are Christ-centered discipleship. The key result areas are effective shepherding. The second one, conduct effective Bible study and discussion, nature students in the Word of God. Yes, these are the 3 key result areas that we work, and how we would analyze and evaluate our progress. We basically nurture students to love their master and to live accordingly and appropriately for his glory. That's under priority area number 2. Priority area number 3, attract interest and soul winning. Under priority area number 3, we live the word to the campus. We do one-to-one campus ministry. We participate actively in the mission of the church to win souls for the kingdom of God. The 4th one, say Adventist faith with fellow friends of other faiths. And the 5th one, reach out for people in need and those with special need. That is how we go about to achieve the priority area number 3. Yes, that is what I have just said. Okay. That's that. Okay. The activities that we roll out in the campus, in brief, this outline as you can see: room visitation, retreat, helping the needy, market witnessing, motivational programs, conducting seminars, and rolling out branch Sabbath school in each of the respective existing dormitories in our campus back at University of Papua New Guinea. So these are the activities, many more activities that we roll out, but what is necessary for us to know, I have decided to put them up on the slide so you can have them or look at them. And as the result, as we execute those priority areas, and under those priority areas, we have outlined the programs, the spiritual programs that we must execute throughout the course of the years. And as we successfully go about to execute those the plans that we have, the end result of what we expect at the end of the Christmas is the students must give their lives to Jesus. And so in 2019, basically those approaches that we take, it's about 2 years now, 2019 and 2020, we have started this approach of deducing our planners like that. So we must have our identified our mission field, and then we work closely to baptize souls into the organization of our God in heaven. And so in 2019, after that was the first time we roll out the program, and at the end of the program, we have about 7 souls give their lives to Jesus. And in 2020, we realized that we pick up the momentum, and so the 10 souls, in fact, we have 16 souls gave their lives to Jesus, but 10 from the main campus and the 6 from the Tarahumara campus. And I believe our sisters and brothers from another side from Tarahumara campus will present on that. And so we are concentrating on our programs. And so the 10 souls, after at the end of the program that we have successfully executed them, 10 souls have given their lives to Jesus. And that is the outcome of the programs, the spiritual programs that we rolled out in the campus.
Okay, so basically, in a nutshell, our programs are discipleship centered. Discipleship centered. Our mission field is UPNG main campus. We don't go out. We don't have fun. We are students, and so we don't go out and do ministry. We do it on campus. So our gain, or our objective for every year is to give soul to God. That's it. Our aim is to give soul to God, and the baptism is our game. We aim for baptism, baptizing students. Thank you so much. I just want to make some acknowledgements. I know my good parents from UPNC are watching me while I'm giving this report, so I want to take this time to acknowledge the continuous support of our good, God-fearing church parents of UPNC Adventist Church for their continuous support in finance and everything, just everything. So thank you so much. It is my humble prayer that God will richly bless you. And of course, God will richly bless you. Secondly, is a recommendation to PNGATSA executives or the PNGATSA. You will see that all the student ministries, their source of funding, I don't know how they source their fundings. It has been a norm that students always do fundraising and raise money. Okay, it is now time for us to step up and at least do something for student ministry, so we don't exhaust our students in funds. Okay, we can establish some firms. This ministry, student association, is made up of intellectuals, and we can come up with some bright ideas to source funds. So we fund the student ministry ourselves, rather than telling students to fund it. It's good, but we must have our own firms that starts at the back and fund us. Basically, that is that. Report lo mibla kami na posem. This is just a brief, undetailed one. So detailed detailed report will be documented and presented to the PNGATSA executives year after. Thank you so much, and God bless you all.
Good day, everyone. Thank you. I welcome all of you into the Dublin Basa report. My name is Ruth Sene Miaba. Sorry, my president did not come, so in place of president, I'm going to give the report for WNBASA. I'm going to start with my introduction, highlight challenges, blessing, recommendation, update, and conclusion. Thank you. West Tibetan Adventist Student Association has launched in 2015 with the leadership of Raymond Mesulam and Enoch Siba, and it was affiliated into PNGATSA in 2016 at Milan Bay Province with the leadership of Grayson Laris and Kevin Igama. There are 12 schools in West New Britain that form up West New Britain to be a provincial association. And there are 5 secondary schools, 6 high school, and 1 college. And in the 12 institutions, the high school, there are 3 high schools and 1 secondary school that recently formed their association this year and last year. So WNBASA has 4 years old, and just last year we having our 3rd biannual convention, and next year we are looking forward for our 4th biannual convention. And there are some of our highlights that this year we know that there are a lot of challenges about the coronavirus, but praise the Creator that even though the coronavirus came, but there are opportunities for us to spread the word of God. So the highlight where WNBASA did during the 3rd biannual convention, the students are going out for visitation in the community, in a rural area, and conducting the Brand Sabbath School, giving away the soap and the clothes, and also we having one cleanathon. We cleaning the school's garden, cutting down the bushes, and we made one of the primary school's garden for planting a watermelon. So this is some of the highlights that WNBASA did during their 3rd biannual convention. And visitation, we conducted the 5 visitations, 2 in the hospital, and 2 in the community, and 1 in the Auscry, the funeral service, and there are 1 of the funeral services that we conducted. And the other highlights that we did, we built one of the pastor's house, our project this year, and we built 2 bridges. So this is some of the highlights that WNBASA did. Thank you. I will come to our challenges. Distance. In West New Britain, there are a lot of high schools that are out of the rural areas, so the distance that Mitlanonablo making through Logolo, these all high schools, we all stop out. So, and one part challenges, but I pray that the next leader all come with God's help, all gonna reach out to this up when all spread the gospel. Thank you. The one of our challenges and financial aspect, as in other some of the provincial association, you will see there are support in the churches and the parents, but when you go to West New Britain, you talk about the student ministry, all go against him also. This is the one of the challenges that West New Britain Adventist Student Association, MIBLASA, usually face him. And one of the challenges that we face leadership challenges of incorporation of the leaders. Thank you. I will come to the blessing. As my observation as a General Secretary, me looking at the number of the interest inside every high schools and the secondary schools in West New Britain are increasing. And another blessing that I observed, there are a number of newly established high schools and secondary schools in West New Britain. They form their sub-association. Thank you. I will move to my recommendation. Gratitude to God for the existence of the association. May young people, especially students, come to know more about God. And the other one, through that ministry, help to build the spiritual life of each individual patient, provide an avenue of public relationship and socialization. So thank you. This is our recommendation. And I will go to my update. Next year, the Adventist are looking forward for our fourth biannual convention, which is our theme is uplifting the gospel banner. Key text Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. Convention day, December 12 to 19. Morning guest speaker, Minister Kofrex. Evening guest speaker, Pastor Nelson Ga. Convention venue, Kowe, registration fee 40 kina. To God be the glory. This year is our very challenging year, but I'm praise God that despite whatever challenges come on our way, I'm thankful to our Creator that all my schools in West New Britain having their annual takeover successfully, and at least we built some of the project to glorify God's name. Philippians 4 verse 13, for I can do everything through Christ who strengthened me. Thank you. This is the end of my report.
Good morning, everyone. Blessings to you all. We're going to present 2019 and 2020 report for Unitec Adventist Tertiary Students Association. Thank you. I am Stuart Callan, the spiritual leader for Unitec Adventist Students Association. And with me up in stage is Deandra Oli, the president for Unitec Adventist Students Association. Now, Unitec Adventist Student Association, or PNGATSA, comes under the Youth Department of Unitec SDA Church. We work closely and well with the church, and they fund us with financial assistance. The main source of our financial assistance that we get is the church and our fundraising and registration that we get every year. Under Unitec Adventist Tertiary Students Association, there are 10 sub-ASAs, in which 3 new ones were created or adapted into the mother body. The first one was Papua Adventist Students Association in Unitec, Morobe Adventist Students Association, and Fly River Adventist Students Association. Thank you. We'll be playing 3 short videos, and then our Vice President here will do the concluding report.
Through God's inspiration, the Unitec SDA students have begun to share the gospel to literature within the school by using Bibles and pen of inspiration books. Through God's inspiration, the Unitec SDA students have begun to share the gospel through literature within the school by using Bibles and pen of inspiration books.
Over 80% of the first delivery stocks were successfully issued, and all the more we see people coming requesting for Bibles. Start reaching out now in whatever way you can. Jesus is coming soon.
everyone, my name is Emmanuel Kawale from Unitec Adventist Students Association. Today, on the 1st of September 2019, the Unitec Adventist Students Association has come up with a program called the Dishwashing Program, in which the Adventist students are asked to help in doing dishwashing and cleaning the dining hall at the university mess, helping the catering services. This program has helped the students to have a humble spirit and to come down to a level where they can help the catering services to clean and wash the dishes that is used by the students in the dining, and also to clean the dining hall after eating. And that is to help others to see that we are willing to go to the extent to clean the debt that can be produced by them. And that is not to bring any other message across, but to show them that, show them the true worship system in which the Bible has proclaimed. The true worship system is to, as James said in James chapter 1 and verse 22, is to serve others and to have a humble spirit. In fact, the program itself has helped us to come down to a very low level where we humble ourselves and we wash the dishes in the dining area. And that is to show others the true way of worship.
My name is Leslie Mark, and I'm blessed to serve as the National President of the Papua New Guinea Adventist Tertiary Student Association. As you could see behind my back, this is my family from PNGATSA. We have been very privileged and blessed to partake in the community service and giving back to our school by cleaning the plates. So I know that all of my students here are very excited to be part of the team working together, giving back to the school, because this is what it's all about. It's not just you in the church, you're coming out and showing God's love by actually practicing what we learn in the church.
Good day, one and all. All right, thank you. Thank you. I just want to appreciate the videos that were done up by the Unitec media boys. Thank you so much for those videos. All right, I'll just go through a brief outline. First of all, my name is Deandra Joy Oli. I am the Vice President of PNGATSA 2020. I did a short report, just a brief one, on the activities that we did this year. Despite the challenges of COVID-19, that's the major challenge, we did a lot of appraisals to our planner, our initial planner for PNGATSA 2020. And with the help of God and through the prayers of fellow students like you and church families, we pulled through this year to at least do something to give back to the community at Unitec. Okay, I'll just wait for the slides. All right, as you can see, I'll be going through the 2020 report, that is this year's report, just a brief one, as I've said, for PNGATSA. All right, as my good spiritual leader has already given a brief introduction of the PNGATSA and the link that we have with the SDA Church, the local institutional SDA Church at Unitec. All right, I'll go through the objectives. For this year, before the year started, the executive members of PNGATSA sat down and came up with the objectives. The objective of the year was to baptize at least 5 PNGATSA members in 2020. Many of our the members in the ATSA that actively participate, they are not baptized yet. So that was one of our objectives. I mean, that was the main objective. For the goals, we chose short-term goals to pray, care, listen, and help a friend once every week. And our long-term goal for the year is to help make a friend an Adventist. All right, that's our leader's profile. That's for this year, and that's not everyone. For 2019 year, the president was Mr. Moses Wambi, and his team. There's about 16 positions in the Unitec ATSA executive team. And for 2020, as you've seen in the video, Mr. Emmanuel Kawale. However, he's not present, so I took on the responsibility to present the report. All right, just a brief to the orientation program. The purpose of the orientation program is to introduce the new students to the church, of course, and also to the association. Our orientation was held on the 23rd of February 2020. The theme of the program was Clay in the Potter's Hand, based on Jeremiah 29, verse 11. All right, as we have known, the COVID-19 situation came and disrupted church services, especially in the campus. So we did not have church service for about 2 Sabbaths until the students and the pastor, the newly appointed pastor of the church, Pastor William Ua, we sat down and came to a resolution to create 4 small groups in the church. So with that, we could have fellowships in a way while adhering to the preventative measures of COVID-19. All right, as a result of that, we saw that many students were taking part in the lesson discussion, the Bible study. They were actively leading in front, and we did not see that in previous years, like in 2019. So I would say that COVID-19 is a blessing in disguise for Unitec ATSA. All right, those are just some highlights. I'll just go through. We held a dedication prayer for our first semester examinations at the newly opened Unitec Adventist Residential College on campus. And it was kind of like a social night as well for the students to mingle. We also invited our non-Adventist friends to come along with us and to fellowship together and to be dedicated for the examination, the first semester. Okay, that was one new thing that we did, an academic excellence seminar. We ran it through 1 week, from 26th to the 31st of July. We invited speakers from the Union Mission to come and talk to the students on academic excellence. The topic of the week was how to study smart and have a positive attitude towards academic excellence. Many a times we think that ATSA is all about it's all about spiritual growth, but it's also since we are tertiary students, to enhance our academic excellence in terms of academic excellence. All right, that's one of our community service to give back to the school. We did some grass cutting at the side of the fence on the other side of the school. Okay, as it's seen in the video, we did some, community work as well, the campus cleanathon. And we did it during a rainy weather. And we thought that not many students would turn up, but actually a lot of students turned up during that day to clean up the school and to help out. Mind you, Unitec it's not like, it's like UPNG, it's not like PAU and those Sonoma and these institutions where we have work lines and all those. So we had to clean up, get our hands dirty to clean those spittles and around the school. So it was a success. All right, for our outreach program, we held a Sabbath school, FCS branch Sabbath school at the Mass Car Park. And we also served some fruit punch for the people that came around to listen. I think our highlights, one of the main highlights was also our prayer cards. During the COVID-19 lockdown, we were finding ways to at least minister to the students. So we had a box placed at the Mass, at the dining area, and then we gave prayer cards out. We left them at the entrance so that students could come, write whatever prayer request that they had and they wanted us to pray for. So many of them were about COVID-19, some personal studies for the academic year, the uncertainties. And so every prayer breakfast for about 3 weeks, prayer breakfast on Sundays and Wednesdays, we prayed about those and we upheld our prayer requests to God. All right. There's a missing slide, I think. After we gave out, after we got prayer cards and we prayed over them, some students, we decided to give out some literature, some Adventist literature and Bibles. As you had seen in one of the video, I think it was the first one. We gave out Adventist literature to students, those that didn't have Bibles and those that were interested to read. It's not on the slide. All right, the blessing. I will not talk about the challenges, so I'll just go straight into the blessing. We had 2 baptisms this year alone, straight after the semester exams. The first baptism was held on June 27, 2020, and around 20 people baptized at Unitech SDA Church, and 18 of them were active members in PNGATSA. So we praise God for that. The next baptism was held in October, also at the end of the semester exams. About 4 students baptized. So those are the students that baptized in June and in October. All right. Before I sit down, I just want to say that yes, our objective to baptize 5 members was achieved, and all glory and honor to God in heaven for that. Before I sit, I'd just like to make a few acknowledgements to the Unitech SDA Church under the leadership of our church chaplain, Pastor William Ua, who's back in Lay, and also our church elders, our good elders and their families. They're always supporting the student ministry, and through financial aid, through advice to us young people, and yeah, that's about it, and through their generous help. So without further ado, I will end here, and I thank you all for listening, and to God be the glory for great things that He has done in PNGATSA. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Oh, good day. Yes, it's going up to 12 now. Okay, thank you. We are the CPK Adventist Students Association, or CASA for short. We'll be just going through our brief report for the years 2019 and this year, and we should finish. Okay, thank you. Before I proceed, I will just introduce myself. My name is Philen Guan. I am a 4th-year architecture student attending Unitech, and I am the national president for the CPK Adventist students. Up here in front with me is my vice president, Ms. Tessa. She's a UPNG student taking biology in a 3rd year, and The far right is Lodrick. He's our provincial CIASA president in Isipik. He's a first-year student attending Kaindi Teachers College. Yes. Okay, thank you. I'll run through the introduction for our short presentation. Why I had my two leaders up here is because the two of them, they are my hardworking, or should I say my backbone. So I believe it is best that the ones that did the hard yards or the work must give the report for what they have done. So that's why I have my two leaders up here. So I'll just quickly go through the introduction, and the 2019 highlights will be presented by Ms. Zita, and Lodrick will present the 2020 highlights. Okay, on to our introduction. Now, the motto and the vision for the CPK Adventist students for the year 2019 and 2020. Our motto was faithful. Our motto is faithful till the end. We adopted a theme for our previous convention in Nagam Adventist High School last year. So that is our motto for this year, faithful till the end. Our vision for the year was to remain faithful to Christ and aid in the gospel commission by reaching the unreached in Isipik province and across Papua New Guinea, Saul. Just on to our brief background. Yes, on to our brief background. The CPK Adventist Students Association has been or is existing for more than 20 years now. This will be our 21st year of existence since its establishment in 1999. The CIASA, especially in the province, comprises of 17 secondary schools and 3 tertiary institutions, and that's exclusive of the national institutions such as UPNG, UNITEC, and the other 4 national institutions across the country. So that gives the total of the number of CIASA sub-associations that we have in the country. Apart from just CPK Adventist students, mind you that we consider ourselves as a family. We're open to all provinces. So in the CPK Adventist students, we also have students from Manus that are part of us, Medeng, Morobe, even some from Central, and even our brothers and sisters from our beautiful islands region. They are part of us, the CPK Adventist students. Thank you. That is all for our introduction. We'll move on to our 2019 highlights. Thank you.
All right, for our 2019 highlights, it's just a brief report. So, as you can see, the provincial CIASA, they held a retreat in Hawaiian Pacific province. That's for the provincial CIASA theme. Okay, in 2019, we held our CIASA biannual convention, and yes, all right. Before our convention, we also have the week before the convention was our pre-convention. Okay, for our pre-convention, there are 2 venues that the students were distributed, and they went to. The first one is in Wihun Bonam, that's in West Yangaru district, and Karawari in Angoram district. Okay, the basic activities that they did was medical outreach, clothes distribution, water tank supply project. The water tank supply project was for the Wihun Bonam district. Okay, there were proposed health centers for Hawaiian community. With the pre-convention, we held, there was a proposed health center that was supposed, it's a project for the CIASA. So it's ongoing. So yes, all right. for the convention, we had our first combined CSA and Sanasa convention. Since our breakup in 2015, the Sanasa went on to being a separate association from us. So 2019, we held our first combined CSA and Sanasa convention at Nagam Adventist High School. Okay, our speakers are Elder Floyd Power and Pastor Cyril Kulanawi. And also during the convention week, we held community services at the school area, basically cleanathon and yes. Okay, by the end of the convention, we also had baptized souls. There were about 15 of them, yes. Thank you. That is all for the 2019 highlights.
Okay, continue on to 2020 highlights. Before we have our retreat, the provincial retreat, we have a mini retreat that was conducted by a student of Kahindi with the provincial executive. To our executive members, most of the members, provincial executives are coming out from the St. Benedict's campus, the Divinewood sub-campus of Divinewood University in Vivek. So prior to that provincial retreat, we have our mini retreat that was conducted in an island in East Pacific province towards the ITP site. So during that retreat, we conduct health awareness with education and many others. After that, we have our provincial retreat, which comprises of all the 17 secondary schools in East Pacific province with 3 tertiary institutions. Our guest speaker was Pastor Guguna. He's from East New Britain. He's our youth director in East Pacific province. And the theme for that retreat is End Time Pigon, based on John chapter 8, verse 12. So during that retreat, we have witnessed throughout that island. That island comprises of only Catholic people. So we have been witnessing to them very much. So it's the first time that with a Seventh-day Adventist student went into that island. So we have done so many challenges for them, and also they see that they learn many things out from us. So after that retreat, we came back and we decided for another program, which will be our convention next year. Apart from the retreat, we have so many blessings. One of the blessings is, as you can see on the slides, there's a girl in yellow shirt. She was one of the members having accident in 2015 during that convention, combined convention from ITB, which were carried out by the CSA and Sanasa, the Sundown Adventist students. So after that incident, that girl came back. She's not an Adventist, but she decided to join the Adventist after some years. And in 2019, the CSA members went to his village in Maprik. So they visited him. That girl, she was a blessing to us because she's not an Adventist. Her parents don't want her to join the student ministry, the CSA, but despite those challenges, she had faced, she joined the CSA students. And apart from that, we also have another blessing. There was a boy joining us here now. He's from Medeng. He's not an Adventist, but he decided to join CSA. So now we have him with us here in Sonoma. Apart from the two blessings, we have another blessing, which is we have been given a school to be run by the Adventist student of CPIC. So that school, we have built only a classroom, which is in Yanguru. And that classroom, we just started with the elementary. So this is one of our blessings that the village people, after we went and visit them, donate clothes and all these things in 2019, they asked the CSR students that, is it okay for us, the Adventists, to go and run that school? So now that school has been given to us. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll just quickly run to our conclusion and we'll wrap up. Just some of the challenges that we faced as an association. The major one, I believe we all have encountered it this year, was COVID-19. It crippled us greatly. Some of the plans or some of the things that we have planned to achieve this year, we didn't achieve it. But we must not look at the negative side of COVID-19 now. We must see it as a blessing as well. So some of the challenges that we faced, one of which is the major one is financial constraints. Being students, we depend heavily on God to provide us the funds to do some of the activities that we have done. So financial constraint is one of the main and major challenges that we have faced. Apart from that, logistics. Some of the venues that our CSI in the province journey to carry out ministry work and all that are in some of the remotest parts of ECPIC. So our logistics in the province is a big hurdle for us. And lastly is hurdles with non-Adventist institutions within the province. Out of the 17 institutions that I mentioned, some of them are Catholic-run institutions, such as Bishop Leo Secondary School in Wewak and Messi Yarapos and all-girls secondary school. So having CSA students in there, it's a big hurdle for them to balance between attending Catholic school and also being faithful and remain faithful to God. So those are some of our challenges that we have faced as an association. Just on to our conclusion, our acknowledgement. But before I go to our acknowledgement, our up and coming program for next year the CSS will be having our biannual convention in Rekikia, in a small primary school known as Combot Primary School. So as the national president and with the team, I invite every one of you, if you want to come and see ECPIC province, please do feel free to talk with some of your friends from CPIC in whatever associations that you have come from. Or even if you bungi sampla lumpla, you can make a friends on templana. Biplakari mi go soilo wia. Yeah, wia. Amplagolo place, nambla soipla lo ECPIC province. So that will be our convention. Our convention venue, as mentioned, will be in Combot Primary School, and the date is on the January 6th to the 22nd, 2022. So yes, that will be our date and venue for the next CSA biannual convention. And now on to our acknowledgements. First and foremost, to God, our faithful Father and provider, for his blessings and providence through whom we, the CSA, are advancing work for the gospel. Secondly, to our supportive professionals, or as we the CSAs call them, our mandes, or big blah, blah, blah. In the ministry, we have been supportive to us throughout 2019, 2020, and even the years back. They have been very supportive to us. So we praise God and we thank them, thank God for such supportive professionals from PLA. And lastly, as the executives, we would like to thank the hardworking and cooperative CSA members for their faithfulness despite the pandemic. They truly have remained faithful throughout this year. Thank you. That is all for our presentation, and praise be to God for everything that he has done.
Hey everyone, how are we all? Missing that brunch, huh? Anyways, okay, I hope this is the last presentation for today. As you can see up on the screen, the Tarom Adventist Student Association, we will be giving our presidential report for last year and this year. Okay, just the outline of our presentation. We'll have a brief background of what TASA is, our aims, our motto and our objectives, leadership profiles, the leaders who were able to lead TASA through 2019 and 2020, our orientation program, each one of the program in TASA. I believe most of us know what orientation is. After that, our in-reach and our outreach programs. And then the president for this year will do a short speech, and then we'll move on to our acknowledgements. If that's okay with us, I can continue. Am I right there? Wonderful stuff. Okay, a brief background of TASA. TASA is a student ministry. Sure, I cannot see the fonts I made by myself, so. Yes, it's made up of Adventist medical students, okay? Adventist medical students of UPNG, sorry. It was established in 1982. It was established in 1982, and our motto is called to serve, as you can see on our shirts. Call to serve. And yearly we have yearly objectives. For 2019 it was for the glory of God, and this year it's walking steadfastly in the Lord. Apart from the spiritual programs that we do as a student ministry, our aim or our only focus apart from spiritual activities is medical outreach and medical ministry. Okay, since there was our calling, that was what we signed up for when we entered medical school. So we believe it's what the Lord called us to do for Him. Okay, the leaders for 2019 and 2020, they are, apart from the four, there are many others, but space pull up the slide, so we'll just put it forward, that's all. 2019, myself, President. 2020 was Tracy Tanume. 2019 Vice President was Tracy Tanume, pardon. 2020, Niven, sitting right at the back, and Mary Cowper was this year's Vice President. So they are appointed annually, annual general meetings, and we set up committees, okay? When we plan up activities, and our planners, we consult the university's planner first, the yearly planner, the activities or the academic things that the university will be doing, and also we consult UPNG State Church planner, okay? So after we consult those two planners, we see wherever is fitting for us now. We put our activities inside, or we see activities that will go in line with the activities, the university's activities, academic activities, and the church activities. Whatever activities that we have that will go in line with their activities, we put them on the planner. And then we appoint committees in charge of those activities as well. So the orientation is a big part of our program. At the beginning of the year, students who come to medical faculty are mostly from the main campus. They come in bulk numbers after their first year, and a few from PAU, okay? So, and apart from the first years who come to the second year at MedFac, we also have postgraduate nursing students, okay, our mothers and our fathers, nursing officers who decide to do postgraduate studies. They come and they also join us, and they be like our spiritual mama na pa school. So when we have queries, or when we run down on ideas, or when we fall short, we look up to them and they guide us. So it's a 3-day program where we involve everyone to take part, and it's mostly for the second years who join us. I think it's time I will leave it to my 2020 president, Niven, to talk about the activities and all that. Thank you.
Thank you. As my friend has introduced, my name is Niven Yainta, and I'm doing my third year taking Bachelor in Pharmacy. All right, these are our highlights, as you can see on the screen. Each year we have walkathon. Walkathon is where we walk from Taurama campus down to Ella Beach. This is where we invite other non-Adventist friends to join us. And this is where it provides a venue that we can witness to them. Okay, apart from this, we have seminars. Last year, we didn't have any, but this year we have 2. One is we have a Bible study seminar that leads to baptism, where 6 souls has joined the Global Church of Adventist. And we have one of our church parents that run Real Beauty and Real Love for the Adventist students, the TASA girls in school. The girls, I believe, they are really blessed to have that program. Right? Apart from seminars, we have retreat. Retreat, we have 2. One is where the TASA, we have our own, and the other with our friends at main campus. So each year we have 2 retreat programs. Also, this is where we invite other friends or non-Adventist friends to join us. We go out, you know what retreat is all about. We revive, renew, come back, start anew again. All right, apart from retreat, we have hiking. Hiking program is also where we with our friends at main campus, we joined together for hiking. I believe last year we hiked from Sogeri down to PAU. All right, it was long walk. Weekend, we start on Friday, finish on Sunday. The other students, apart from the PNGATSA and TASA, they always love to join us for that program. And this is where we invite speakers to follow us and have some special program within that, where we have bonfires, renewing our lives again to start anew when we get back. All right, apart from this, we have social programs for TASA. Sundays or Saturday nights, we organize games where we go down to Ella Beach. We play basketball or volleyball. This is the avenues where we tell others about Jesus' love. This is where we invite our friends to join us. Okay, these are our enriched programs. Apart from this, we also run outreach programs. Now, the first 2 is we do free medical checkups and health talks. Now, as a medical students, this is our focus, and we love to do that. Though, if other friends that joined us last week, they knew how it feels to do medical checkups and all this. We do it all day. They got tired, but it was fun and exciting too. but this is our focus, all right? We do have, for free medical checkups and clinics, last year we ran 3. One we ran at Guerrero Stage 1. The other free medical checkups and clinic we ran at Morata 2. And the other we went to Manugoro. That's in Rigo. All right. Apart from this, we also do visitations like our friends in other tertiary institutions and provincial ASAs, feed the hungry programs, and dorm visitations. All right. There's a quotation I put there. Challenges in tertiary institution is quite big, as you all know, those who attend universities, and challenges are inevitable. Okay. We face many challenges from leadership down to members and to programs. For TASA, one of our challenges that we face every year is venue for worship. Like sometimes the school does not allow us to worship in the campus. So for Wednesday night, Friday night, we have to write to the admin so they can allow us to use one of the classrooms to worship. For Sabbaths, we usually go out. We go to the main campus, or if we have a program, other people outside from must be invited us, then we go outside to worship. But this is a challenge, but we thank God that every time we write, they always accept us. Maybe 1 or 2 times they do not. This year it was regarding our programs. Due to COVID-19, we did not carry out most of them. We try our best, but whatever we do, we believe that God will do the rest. Okay? We believe too that God does not promise us a safe light in the medical ministry. But the joy that we'll share after all this pain and struggle is immeasurable compared to the pain that Bambla go through as students in student ministry. God put us in each institution and provincial ASAs that fits us, that where He see what you can do, I cannot. So it's good that we realize that where we are is where God puts us. There are places and people that you can reach that I could never reach. I could never reach. So we must have that in mind. That for medical ministry, there's a need for medical professionals in the field, but a greater need for Adventist medical missionaries. So if you had already decided, or if you are still deciding, God is calling for more Adventist medical missionaries. Okay? So we'll finish with a quotation on the screen. Testimonies for the Church, Volume 7, page 59. Ellen G. White writes, medical missionary work is the right hand of the gospel. It is necessary to the advancement of the cause of God, as though through it men and women are led to the importance of right habits of living. The saving power of truth will be made known. Every city is to be entered by workers trained to do medical missionary work. As the right hand of the third angel's message, God's method of treating disease will open doors for the entrance of present truth. So as TASA or medical students, we believe that we have the path to where we can reach and touch lives. So if you are considering where you can do most for God's work to finish the gospel, you can join us. Join the medical missionaries. There's a great need. If I have to say about last week, pre-convention, there's need everywhere. But for us, we cannot separate. We work as a team. And we are sorry that there are places that they are expecting us, but we cannot go. We cannot go. This is where it shows to us the need for more medical missionaries. Going on to our acknowledgement, so far it is through God that always provide the guidance through His wisdom. Now, there are times that we set plans that we plan to achieve Him, but it is God's love and wisdom that always directs us that everything will happen according to His will and for His glory. And I want to thank my TASA family, members 2019 and 2020. Though we have some ups and downs, we are still intact and working for God. We also want to thank the UPNG SDA Church under the leadership of Pastor George Baki and Hope Church under the leadership of Ken Lokai for their very big support to the student ministry, to us and our friends at medical main campus. Also, we want to thank those who always pray, our colleagues, friends, and families that always pray for us. With that, thank you all for listening. May God bless you all.
Thank you for joining us for the PNGATSA President's Report. Those were the reports that came from all the ATSAs all over the country, and it's amazing to hear all the news that the young people are doing all over the world, all over the country, for the sake of the gospel. It's very encouraging, and we'd also like to thank all the ATSAs for your tireless efforts in reaching out to the young people in our country. Thank you, and this brings us to the end of this session. We'd like to ask you once again to join us for the afternoon worship, for evening worship at 6:45 today, this evening, for another great inspiring sermon from Dr. Leroy Elisha from the Pacific Adventist University. And please continue to pray for PNGATSA Convention here at Sonoma. And also, don't forget to share the PNGATSA page to your groups and to your friends. Until then, see you tonight at 6:45 p.m.